क्या लेके आई है तू? क्या करना है हमने? चैप्टर
5
कौन कौन से?
5 तो करो पहले।
5 और
5 7 9 10 11
5 Chapter 5 is Geography. Chapter 5 is Industries.
5 7 9 10
खोल के दे मुझे। तो ही थोड़े टुंडे लाल होते ना, फड़ लो। फाइव सेवन
9 10
क्या एक्स्ट्रा मतलब क्या है इसमें? कितने का एक्स्ट्रा मैम ने नहीं करवाया इसका? करवाया हुआ? एंड हैव यू मार्क्ड मैप? श्योर।
कम कम ही करना। फिलिप्स फॉर्म में वो क्वेश्चन आंसर तो मेरे को लगता है वो अंदर से ही आएंगे।
ट्रू फॉल्स फिलिप्स मैचअप्स
वो आप इसमें से ढूंढ के
है
करो
ना।
कुछ।
एंड उसके कौन कौन से गलत हुए?
डेट 16 18
वही वाली और
हुआ ट्रू फॉल्स।
तो वो वाला ठीक है, इसका अकबर वाला वो
शायद गलत है।
लाइट ऑफ कर दे। Geography chapter 5 is industries. Industries introduction is manufacturing industries play an important role in modern times. They satisfy a number of man's growing needs and provide employment to more and more people in all the countries. Then, manufacturing has been changing fast with the rise of human technological achievement. It has therefore become very complex at present compared to what it was 100 years back. Need for industries in the world. Subtopics are in this chapter. Factors affecting the location of industries, types of industries on the basis of raw materials management and size. Important industries and their distribution in the world, like iron and steel, shipbuilding, information technology, cotton textile, fishing, sugar, and automobile. Then pollution due to industries and its prevention. All these are the subtopics of this chapter. Then coming industries, the topic main topic, the manufacturing plays a very important role in the daily needs of the lives. So it has therefore become very complex at present. Compared to what it was 100 years back. Nowadays, every person's need is increasing day by day. So to fulfill those needs, government needs to install many and many industries for this purpose, and that's why manufacturing plays a very important role in this era. Then manufacturing now varies from making very simple household industry goods like teapot to a very complex modern goods like computers. Well, in the factories, um, construction of like making of very small articles, say like big articles like computers are also building these days, making. Then manufacturing involves processing of goods, as most of the materials available in nature or produced by man cannot be used directly. For example, cotton must be ginned, spun, and woven for human use. Mineral oil must be refined to bring it into successful uses. After that, therefore, the processes by which the natural products are made convenient for human use are called manufacturing. What is manufacturing? The process by which the natural products are made convenient for human use are called manufacturing. Only then manufacturing. What is manufacturing? The process by which the natural products are made convenient for human use are called manufacturing. And the activities related to manufacturing are broadly converted by the term industry. The things are made in the industries for humans and to make humans' life very convenient. So, this topic is for manufacturing of the things in the factories, industries. Okay, so in early stages, simple industries were there, those who were making very simple stuff and material. Nowadays they are making very complex because day by day the need of the people is increasing. So to fulfill those needs, complex things are needed nowadays. So complex industries are situated, are settled now. Then need for industries in the world. What is the need for industries in the world? So in daily lives, every person needs very each good and everything for their survival. India was industrialized or industrially backward in 1947. It means in 1947 there were not many industries in India, and resources were grossly underutilized. So, about 56.6% of the GDP was accounted by the primary sector: agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining, and quarrying. Okay, now manufacturing, construction, electricity, gas, water supply accounted for only 15% of the GDP. Hence, there was urgent need for the development of the industry sector. The government initiated the process of industrialization through the industrial policies. So, it is a power fact that a country with strong industrial sector has shown higher economic growth, improved national income, and higher standard of living. Therefore, industrialization has played an important role in improving the economic condition of various sectors or various countries like America and Japan. In Japan, there are many industries. So the most of the industries are situated there, by which we are importing many things from those countries and we are exporting to, right? So they are saying ki in earlier stages there were no many industries. Nowadays there are many industries in our country too. It is very very important, right, to construct industries in the city, right? Then factors affecting the location of industries. If industries are situated within the city, so what will happen? It will pollute the atmosphere or environment. To save the lives of the people, it is very important to situate or to shift the industries on those areas in which there is no harm on human life, right? So, broadly speaking, the manufacturing of an industry depends on the following, like geographical factors and non geographical factors. Geographical factors says involving raw materials, power supply, water, labor, transport, market, site, and climate. These factors also we need to consider it while situating the industry, like manpower should be there as a labor, a transport facility should be good, right? Then government policies should be flexible, and capital, like the efficient organization should work the industry. Next is geographical factors, like raw materials are the resources supplied to the industries for subsequent manufacturing processes. For example, agricultural products, minerals, timber, etc. At times, the establishment of an industry is determined by the location of the raw materials required. For example, sugar industry is always located in the close vicinity of sugarcane fields. Iron and steel industry is located near the iron ore and coal field are the transport cost reduces considerably. Means industries are situated in those areas where they are related to their raw material, and if suppose we are talking about iron factory, so it should be in that area where iron core is near, right? And if we are situating the sugar industry, so in that area, near about that area, sugarcane fields should be there for the sugar industry. So we have to consider many factors while situating the industries. Power supply of the most important requirement. Power supply mean availability of the electricity of a modern industry, right? So many factors we have to consider while talking about industries. Then water supply is vital for proper functioning of some industries like chemicals, food processing, and textiles. Hence, they are located near the sources of water like a river or canal. If we are talking about any industry which is dealing in clothing, or in which water supply is needed, so those industries will be in that area where there is river or canal nearby. Okay, so transport is also very important for the industrialization. It is playing very important role. So transport is necessary to bring the in the heavy raw material and supply of the finished product to the destination. Suppose industry is producing something and it has to be transferred to that particular location. For that, transportation is needed. So it is very important for industrialization. And the development of railways in India, connecting the port towns with hinterland, and determined the location of many heavy industries around Calcutta, now Kolkata. Earlier it was Calcutta, now it is Kolkata. So Mumbai and Madras, now Chennai, and many industries are also located near navigable rivers, canals, and seacoasts. So the main aim is to save the cost of transportation, right? The next is the survey of market and demand. It's necessary while setting up an industry. The entire process of manufacturing is useless until the finished product reaches its market. For example, woolen have a better market scope in the north, which experiences extreme cold, while in south, which practically has no winter, the demand for the woolens will be nearly negligible. So secondly, nearness to market saves an transportation cost, and moreover a ready market is essential for perishable commodities. So labor is a very important requirement for any industry. Mostly small scale industries tend to set up near the areas when abundant supply of labor is available. In case of large scale industries such as iron and steel, a whole township is set up in order to provide necessary supply of labor. Okay, so these are the factors which are affecting, which are very, very important. We have to consider it while talking about the industries or for the location of the industries. It should be nearby. Okay, so this was about industries. Next is non-geographical factors. These were the geographical factors. Now we are talking about non-geographical factors, which are taking capital is one of the most important factor while setting up an industry, as most of the industries are capital intensive and require a large or huge investment. So mostly financiers and capitalists are available in major cities. So therefore most of the major cities are industrial centers. In small towns or small cities you cannot find many industries, but in big cities or towns there are many industries. So efficient and enterprising organization and management is also essential for running an industry, as it tackles labor problems and avoids strikes and sorry lockouts. So it is more important for a large scale industry, and technical know-how is also necessary, especially in the highly specialized industry. So these points should be considered for the location of the industry. We are talking about the industry, right? So classification of the industry, there are many industries like raw materials, management, size and others. So in raw materials there are light, heavy or sources like agro based, mineral based, animal based or forest based. After that, in agro based, sugar juice, cotton, vegetables or oil food processing, right? So in animal based, dairy, poultry, hides and skin. Then in this agro based, these categories are there, and in animal based these categories are there. So in location, cottage means, so village, khadi and khoer and handicraft. And function is primary or basic, secondary or consumer or territory. Secondary is also known as consumer and primary is also known as basic, right? So others, labor intensive like cracker, shoes and bidi. Okay, so these are categories for the industries. Classification of industries on the basis of these factors, right? So on the basis of sources of raw materials, industries can be classified as agro based, mineral based, I told you earlier, also forest based industries are there. Okay, so this chapter is totally based on the manufacture of industries, because in early times life was very, very simple, so the needs were very, very less. Nowadays, as we are growing in technology in every field, so needs are also increasing day by day. To fulfill those needs, so industries are very, very important. They are playing very important role in our daily lives. If industries are not there, so we will not be able to provide things the people require for their daily lives. As simple as that. Okay, so important industries and their distribution in the world. Next is Then we are talking about agro-based industries are those which depend on agriculture. From the name agro-based, we can relate it with agriculture for the supply of their raw materials. Example like sugar, jute, cotton, vegetable oil, and food processing industries. Next is mineral based industries, which receive their raw materials from minerals like iron and steel, aluminium, cement, and shipbuilding industries. So, next is animal based industries depend on animals for their supply of raw materials. Examples woolen, silk, dairy products, poultry, hides and skins, and leather industries. Next is forest based industries, which receive their raw materials from the forest products like example paper, cardboard, tanning of leather, then lac and timber industries. So many other industries are also there, also depend on the first forest products and medical plants for the manufacture of drugs. Okay, medical industries. Management is private sector industries and public sector industries, joint sector industries. Three categories are there. So first is like private sector industries are managed and owned by individual industrialists or firms manufacturing, engineering, and electronic goods. Second is public sector industries are owned and controlled by state or central government. These industries comprise public utilities like railways, transport services, post and telegraph, refineries, irrigation projects, and defense establishments. Example companies like Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and Electronic Corporation of India. Next is joint sector. Industries are jointly managed by the private firms and the state or central government. Example Oil India Limited. Okay. Next is cooperative sector industries are owned and managed on cooperative basis by those who are producers of raw materials like sugar mills run by farmers producing sugar cane. I told you earlier also sugar factories or sugar mills will be in that area where sugarcane fields will be nearby. And sugar canes are grown by farmers. So directly or indirectly, farmers are running the sugar mills, right? Because they are providing the sugar canes for the sugar mill, right? So next is size. On the basis of size, the industries can be classified as below, like large scale industries and medium and small scale industries. Firstly, large scale industries which employ large number of workers in each unit and produce on a large scale with a huge investment on raw material and machinery. Example, automobiles, iron and steel. Next is medium scale industries employ neither too large nor too small number of workers. Example like cycle, radio, and paper mills. Small scale industries are small industries run by individual in which a few workers are employed and goods produced are mostly for daily consumption. So these are the differences between large scale, medium, and small scale industries. So, for example, for the small scale industries are like rice mill, flour mill, and bakery. आटा जो हम खाते हैं, okay, rice. Those mills we are talking about here. Cottage industries are family enterprises. These are limited mechanical power, less capital, and local raw materials. These produce simple but often artistic products for local market like khadi, coir making, handicraft, etc. In this category will come. Okay. Next is note down in the notebook also, na. Next, we are talking about important industries and their distribution in the world, how they are distributed in the world all around, like iron and steel industry. We are talking about. So, the iron and steel industry is the basic or key industry of modern age and forms the backbone of the industrial company or economy. Most of the important industries like automobile, locomotives, railway sleepers, and shipbuilding, machine, tools, manufacture of defense equipment, etc., depend upon these industries. Okay. So revise this topic, okay, for 5 minutes. This is geography chapter today and requirement of iron and steel. What is the requirement for the iron and steel industry is the basic requirement for the development of iron and steel industry are raw materials like iron ore, limestone, dolomite, manganese, ferroalloys, fuel, large supply of fresh water for cooling process, and huge capital, big market, sufficient labor and efficient transport. Okay.
हाँ, बहुत क्यूट। आप फिर बात बेटी के कॉन्वर्सेशन में मैं डिस्टरबेंस बनकर तो नहीं आ गई? मैं सुलझाऊंगी फिर। इसका तो फाइन लगेगा। बहुत बदल गया मेरे बचपन का दोस्त। अरे नहीं नहीं, छोड़ दे इसे। ये हम दोनों के बीच का मामला है। बाय द वे शादी, तुम मुझे घर ड्रॉप कर दोगे? रास्ते में मुझे से तुम शिफ्ट कर लेंगे। नहीं अंकल, थैंक यू सो मच, फिर कभी। चलें शादी? बच पे जाए तो परसेंटेज तो जीरो ही रहेगा ना? क्या सुल्तान अंकल? जान तो जब से वापस आया मैंने तुम्हें कितने कॉल्स किए? 43 टाइम्स। 11 मरतबा तुमने कॉल काट दी। 22 मरतबा तुमने कॉल अटेंड भी नहीं की और आखिरी 10 मरतबा तुम्हारा फोन नॉट रिस्पॉन्डिंग पे था। क्या तुम्हें प्रपोज करने के लिए भारी कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी मुझे?
There is a one question why there is a need of iron and steel industries.
ऐसा ही है। ठीक है, तुम्हें मुझे बताओ आखिर बुराई क्या है मुझ में? बातें घुमाना कोई तुमसे सीखे। किससे कॉल आ रही है? हेलो। शाजिर अभी बिजी है, प्लीज बाद में कॉल कीजिएगा। ओह, फाइनली तुम्हारा बैचलर बडीज का जोक खत्म होने जा रहा है।
नहीं, अभी भी बाकी है।
और कब तक सुनोगे?
हमेशा। और वैसे भी देखो, मैं तुम्हें हाल ही टाइम से ज्यादा बता चुका हूँ कि मैं शादी जैसे इंस्टीट्यूट को बिलीव ही नहीं करता।
ओके, हम इस बारे में काफी बार बात कर चुके हैं।
तो मान लो ना, और आ जाओ वापस दोस्ती की लाइन पे, छोड़ दो अपनी जिद। वैसे भी सारे दोस्त तो हो चुके हैं, दोस्ती की लिस्ट में अब सिर्फ तुम बची हो।
फाइन, फाइन, आई ट्राई।
जबरदस्त। अब बताओ, कॉफी पिलाओगी?
ऑफ कोर्स, बट स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्लैक कॉफी विद नो शुगर।
पॉइजन के साथ नहीं तो फिर कॉफी। अबे यार, ये तो बहुत बड़ी बली तेरे गले पड़ने वाली। हाँ, जोर अपने छोड़ो। जब इक्वल्स टू माइनस मी, तो बहुत ऊपर की फ्लाइट है। अब आ चाहे पैसे भी हो, तो उसको अपने लिए पर्सनल तब्दील कर ही लेते। वैसे मैं सोच भी नहीं सकता था कि मुझे एकदम एक ऐसी लड़की से प्यार हो जाए। बहुत समझ के चलना पड़ेगा भाई। हमको भी कमाल का स्टोरी टेलर बनकर जगह जगह धूप की दुकानें भी खोलनी पड़ेगी भाई। मल्टीप्लेक्सेस में ओ, जिंदगी एक आसान लगती रह जाएगी। मतलब 5 रुपए में भी अगर टेंशन दिख जाए, मेरा कहीं कुछ नहीं बैठेगी। पापा चाहते मैं पॉलिटिक्स छोड़ दूं, मुझे तो समझती है मैं जिंदगी गुजार रहा हूँ, ये मेरा मजाक उड़ा रही है। लव एट फर्स्ट साइट पे चला था, और लव एट फर्स्ट कॉल, वो भी इतनी शिद्दत से, तो हंगामा तो होना ही था ना मेरे भाई। बोलो मुझे भी कुछ काम कर, चलिए पूरे मोड़े आवाज सुनाई दे रही है और सही सिचुएशन है। तो सच में क्रेजी हो गया भाई। हाँ, पागल हो गया मैं। वैसे किसी अक्लमंद शख्स ने कहा, मोहब्बत का रास्ता चाहे जिस शेप का हो, स्ट्रेट लाइन को कभी नहीं मिल सकता। हाँ, आज मेरी भतीजी का बर्थडे है और आप अपने फोन बंद करके अपने गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ कुछ करे उड़ा रहे हैं। तमीज से बात करो, कुछ नहीं है तुम्हारा। एक बड़ा होने के लिए बड़ा बनना पड़ता है। इससे से क्या होगा? काश आप मेरे बड़े भाई ना होते, मैं अपने छोटे भाई को बुला के और जल्दी शादी कर लेता।
सुकून। थैंक यू, आप लोगों की दुआएं मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा।
छोटे भाई ने बड़े भाई की इतनी बात करके तो और भी अच्छा लगा होगा। Anyway, later.
नहीं सुल्तान, आपको गलत फहमी हुई है। मेरा ये मकसद।
मेरे मकसद था तुम्हारा मुझे विलन रिएक्ट करना। तुम क्या समझती, मेरी इज्जत नहीं, जितना चाहोगी बेइज्जत करना भी मुझे। हाँ, एक बात याद रखना, जो मर्जी कर लो, तुम्हारी इज्जत मेरी नस्ल में हमेशा बनेगी, जब भी मुझे मिलेगी।
सेम चॉकलेट कुकीज खा खा के जिंदगी से सैड हो गया है।
नाम क्या है इसका?
जी,
Temptation से बड़ा कोई ना जीता। Your magic choco stars with me temptation. कैसे पता चला तुम्हें? बताओ, बताओ मुझे।
एक दिन आपको स्टडी वीडियो कॉल पे बात करते देखा था।
कभी मैं कहूँ, तुम्हें खुद बनने का इतना शौक क्यों चढ़ा हुआ है?
आइंदा ऐसा नहीं होगा, मुझे माफ कर दो प्लीज।
वो तो नहीं करना कभी। खैरात में आई हूँ औरत लुटेन, याद है अगली रात तुमने दिखाई नहीं तो तुमने क्या किया? क्या था? मैंने क्या कहा था? तुमने कहा था कि तुम मेरे डैडी को शर्मिंदा नहीं कर सकती, और इस बात के जवाब में मैंने तुम्हें पहले जो निर्णय लिया था, ये सोच कर के बेटा हुआ तुमसे दूर रहे, पर फिर भी तुम मौत को उससे दूर रहे, तुमने सदा में पाला। चलो आप करते हैं।
प्लीज, इतना क्यों तरसती है यार?
तुम ये भी भूल गई कि मैंने नीट को पहले जो निर्णय लिया था, ये सोच कर के बेटा हुआ तुमसे तुमसे दूर रहूंगा, पर फिर भी तुम मौत को उससे दूर रहे, तुमने सदा में पाला। चलो आप करते हैं।
तो क्या करेंगे? उसको वहां दे देंगे अकबर को? लोग क्या कहेंगे? खानदान वाले क्या सोचेंगे?
तो क्या करूं, क्या चाहती हो? खानदान वालों के कहने की वजह से या लोग क्या सोचेंगे, मैं तो अपना होटल बेच नहीं सकता। तुम्हारे बेटे को बनाने का बहुत शौक हो रहा है ना कि बेटी आ जाए तो क्या अच्छे, एसी की आदत है उसको, सब हफ्ता में वापस आएगा परेशान।
और अगर ना आया तो? भाई, सिकरत के बारे में सोचिए ना। वो कैसे अकबर को वहां रहने की इजाजत दे सकती है?
अरे तो लात मार के निकाले ना उसके खट्टू को बाहर, मैं तो क्या आया।
और अगर उसने उससे भी आकर मंगनी तोड़ ली तो? अरे आपकी बहन तो बच गई। कहता कुछ नहीं होगा। आप जानते हो हम आपसे कितनी मोहब्बत करता हूँ। मान लिया जो तुम कह रही हो वो ठीक कह रही हो, लेकिन एक लम्हा भर जो मैं सोच रही हूँ तुम भी सोच कर देखो। अगर उसने मंगनी तोड़ दी तो क्या करेंगे साहब? बताए ना आप। अब्बा होटल नहीं बेचेंगे, ये बात तो है। एक काम करते हैं, कल जाके अकबर से सुबह मिल लेते हैं ना। बेटे से कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा। हाँ,
देखो बिटिया, मैं नहीं चाहता कि तुम इस मामले में बोलो, और तुम्हारे बोलने की वजह से उन दोनों बहन भाइयों के बीच के रिश्ते में मजीद कुछ आ रहा है।
लगता है आपको बेटे में है, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगता कि ये मामला इतनी आसानी से सुलझेगा।
वजह